All right. So, as a heads up, I have named her. I named her last night after I finished recording. Like, I was like literally sitting here racking my brain for like, what am I going to name my new beautiful daughter? Penelopey. There was a lot of stink on stream about it, but her name is Penelopey, okay? So if anybody in the comment section tries to say anything different, just know they're probably from my stream and they're wrong. Her name is Penelopey. She's perfect. I spent all day with her on stream. Literally the cutest thing in my life. And if you are curious, Penelopey cannot die and will just constantly follow you. And I'm assuming like once you get a house, if you wanted to say just stay here, she'll just kind of like chill in your house kind of thing. Now,
sometimes it's nice to just sit and think.
Yeah, sometimes it is. We're looking for one of the keepers, right? Oh, you're in the stocks. Oh my God, hey.
Oh, a new face. It's always nice to see someone new here. Welcome. Why didn't I notice you earlier?
I don't know. You seem distracted.
Yes, my apologies. Ever since breakfast today, I've been sort of lost in thought. I keep thinking of my dear mother's cooking, especially her famous pie.
Pie?
You see, all we got here is venison and fish. Venison, then fish. And then fish, and more fish. I can live with all the bullshit that's thrown at us soldiers. But the longer I live, the more I realize there's not much to live for. Except food. And I'd kill for a slice of that pie.
Do you have the recipe? Couldn't you make it yourself?
As if it were that easy. I ain't much of a cook. And Rorik, the one we have here, well, he says we're soldiers, so we can stick our complaints up our asses.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I could give it a try if you remember the recipe.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure, I remember it well. Here you go.
Thanks. Okay, Mom's finest pie. Can I cook it? All right, Mom's finest pie. No. Where? No. Okay, good. So I can... There it is. Mom's pie? Yes. Didn't I already know how to make that? Maybe not. Here you go.
Yes. Still tastes like shit.
What?
Exactly how my mother would make it. It's just what I needed.
Oh. If you say so.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I really appreciate what you did for me.
You're welcome.
It's just that every time I doubt my service in the Horns of the South, I need a reminder of why I enlisted.
Your mother wasn't much of a cook, was she?
My mother wasn't much of anything, to tell the truth. She always said I was good for nothing and that I should be glad she even kept me.
Oh, God.
And every day she'd bring back home a new uncle.
Oh.
Many of those uncles like to kick me out of my own house when they were drinking and getting busy.
Busy?
Then, when she'd sober up and got rid of an uncle, she'd bake me that pie as an apology. And it always tasted like shit. If the other villagers hadn't been feeding me, I would have starved to death. Hence the pie.
Well, now you have a new family.
Yeah, I do. So, despite the shitty weather and the world being on the verge of collapse, there's still nowhere else I'd rather be.
Okay. Good. I'm glad I was able to remind you of that. Yes. Okay, so we are looking for... Who is this? That's the garrison. We're looking for... Who did he say could have it? I should find someone knowledgeable in druidic magic. I don't know anybody. I can't talk to you. You're conspiracy theories person. Wait. Up there. Do you know anybody? No.
Try not to get yourself killed.
I'll do my best to not get killed. I can't promise anything though. Who though? Also on stream today, we did the what is it quest I finally did the 1% quest. I know how that all goes. It's hilarious. I loved every single second of it. We're definitely gonna do it. Are we gonna take it to the romance portion? I don't know. I don't know if you can really do much. Like if you don't kind of go down that road. So we'll find out together. What requires a guard key? I know, sweetie. Where have we found ourselves? I feel like it's safe to go in here now because, you know, we know the captain's not here. And I was told the museum was nearby-ish. So now I'm kind of curious what's actually in here. It's all technically stealing, though. Really? No. Is that that looks like a... Oh, it's a cabinet. It looks like a trap door. No. Okay. Ooh, up here. So that's kind of just like a basement of sorts. What are you doing? No, Penelope's like the greatest thing to ever happen to me. No, I love her. This is the museum, isn't it? Hey!
Welcome to the Museum of the Horns of the South, the southernmost keep under Camelot's jurisdiction.
Thank you.
My name is Ridderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history of this fascinating place. A history that began 623 years ago with the first keeper, Sewell Firstfoot.
Who we've learned
I'd also
about.
like to bring your attention to our numerous exhibits that are, as I like to say, inanimate witnesses of the history of the Horns of the South.
Oh, will you tell me about the museum?
It began in the year 542. It is the crowning achievement of a group of keepers who were fascinated with Sewell Firstfoot. It took them years of tremendous effort to finally open an institution devoted to research and education, worthy of commemorating Sewell's great legacy. The first keeper of the museum was Gladwin Flanagan, who was personally appointed by Captain Berach the Black.
And I've heard about Sewell.
I don't doubt it. Since Sewell Firstfoot was a remarkable figure, well known to every keeper, drawing on available sources, we can claim with almost absolute certainty that Sewell Firstfoot was the first man who ever set foot on the island of Avalon. As you can probably guess, that's where his moniker, Firstfoot, comes from.
Didn't we read about his death and oh, he's the dude in the tomb, right? That had the people who like entomb themselves and the zombies and stuff like that. Yes. But that's just the first of his great many deeds.
Oh, of course. Sewell was an outstanding commander whose strategic mind, bravery, and charisma contributed to our capture of the South from the Four Dwellers. He was also the founder of the Horns of the South, so I can say with absolute conviction that if it were not for Sewell Firstfoot, we wouldn't even be standing here having this conversation.
What do you have for the exhibits?
The museum holds a collection of 72 items of the so-called movable, tangible heritage. The collection includes big and small items that represent the world surrounding the keepers of the Horns of the South from the 1st to the 6th century of the Avalonian era. Here you will find militaria, craft tools, everyday objects, furniture, textiles, coins, religious artifacts.
Oh. Which exhibits are the most remarkable?
I'd say all exhibits are worthy of your attention, but I could point you to the ones I personally think to be the most notable, or subjectively, of course, the most interesting.
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Those would be the items that used to belong to Sewell Firstfoot. We have his signal horn, and also his boots.
His boots?
Those boots were the first to touch Avalonian soil.
What is also worth mentioning is the tableware used by King Arthur himself during his visit to the Horns of the South in the 15th year of the Avalonian era.
Hold on. I gotta hear more. Tell me more about Arthur's tableware. I gotta know.
It's a memento of the visit of the legendary ruler of Avalon. Impressive, isn't it? The
It
tableware is made of tin coated with silver. It consists of a plate, a bowl, and a chalice. The edges are decorated with the motifs of Camelot, a crown and a bear. However, those ornaments are of visibly low quality. That detail, and the fact that those are the only wares from that time that have survived to this day, leads us to conclude that this set was cast specifically for that occasion, and that it was finished by a person unfamiliar with this kind of craft, perhaps a blacksmith or an armorer.
Arthur, we're gonna talk about this later. The signal horn sounds interesting.
It is indeed an interesting exhibit. The horn was used by Sewell during wartime, not only for signaling, but also for intimidation. It is 50 centimeters long and made of the horn of an ox. It is the color of yellowed bone, with some ash-gray discoloration on the narrow end. It has a brass mouthpiece and silver fittings on its wider side and at the middle. The shape of the fittings suggests that the horn was hanging on a leather strap, which unfortunately has not survived to this day.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. As somebody who actually does enjoy going to museums and stuff like that, like especially when I was a kid, one of my favorite things was going to like a museum with my mom. He's like the VA for this is doing such an incredible job because like I'm enthralled in that I just want to know more about like the different exhibits. So hats off to like the VA because they've really like, if you're a museum lover kind of thing, this is definitely like, oh, tell me more kind of moment. I'm like so happy by this. Can you tell me more about his boots?
Yes, it's remarkable, isn't it? You can find them in the central display. Sewell's boots were sewn from 3 pieces of tanned calfskin, tied at the top with a leather strap. The seam goes through the middle of the instep, which is decorated with ornamental embroidery. On the outer side of each shoe, you can find a decorative brass buckle with the motif of the Camelotian bear. It is notable that even after 600 years, they are still excellently preserved, which is unusual considering the high humidity in this area. It means that even the keepers of that time must have realized the historical value of Sewell's boots, and therefore made sure to adequately preserve them.
I hate to break it to you, but that could also just be magic. But we're not going to talk about the magic portion. Can you tell me something more?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean it?
Yes?
Thank you. That's really nice to hear. I'm not used to positive feedback.
Oh, no.
Usually people only come here when they've had too much to drink and decided that it'd be fun to come over and start mocking me. Or
No.
touching the exhibits with their greasy fingers.
Oh,
The
no.
last person who seemed to actually be interested in the museum was Lady Elaine. We talked a bit about Captain Lex and the trip that ended tragically in the year 513. It was described in The Last Voyage of the Andraste. An interesting read, although I'd say it should be classified as fiction. Lady Elaine thought differently. Apparently she's looking for the wreck of the Andraste. Can you believe that?
No. Maybe I should meet Dragon Age.
Definitely. Personally, I believe that people gifted with curious minds should share their observations, for there's always a chance it will result in new developments. You should find Lady Elaine in the tavern, or somewhere close to it. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. That was actually probably one of my favorite things. So Arthur, we gotta have words, Arthur. Question. Okay, so there is nothing. Arthur, we need to talk about this, okay? They have your spoon, Arthur. Your spoon. Like, what do you have to say about that? Are you not at all curious to see? I mean, you technically just saw it through my eyes, but still. Okay. Did that open up so there is a tavern here, right? Allegedly, there is a tavern here that I apparently have not been to. You're fine. Shake it off, girl. Are you who I need?
To see you.
No.
Stay safe out there.
You too. What about you?
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? The certainty in Quartermaster Aimer's voice. Beautiful. Makes one eager to start work.
I don't think we've met.
So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Are we planning a trip to the Stale Lamb? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. I'm waiting for a delivery. Steward Orla will let me know when more arrives. In the meantime, I need to ask you for a favor. So, you in? For the sake of our long friendship?
Yes.
You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Say you understand.
I understand.
Fantastic. So, here's the thing. On a recent night out at Ron's, it seems I may have left some sensitive documents at the bar. Documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not necessarily sealed by him. You know what I mean. I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Splendid. When you have the documents, meet me at the third crowing of the rooster. Or just find me. I'll be around.
Okay. Okay, where's the tavern? Is that... Okay. So, Elaine, so that is the tavern. Like, that's what I thought. But I wanted to double check. Are there any keepers in the bar? Do we know? There has to be, right? Oh, hello. Do I need this? No. Does that matter? No. Actually, though, I will need some lumber. The funny thing is, when I did the 1% quest with Alyssa and everything, and like you can fix up her house, each piece only took 5 wood. And I was like, what do you mean only 5 wood a piece? Like, there are like 4 upgrades. So 20 wood total. And I was just sitting there like, how much? Because, you know, I had just come off of doing this quest not too long ago to like fix up the town, and I was like, what do you mean only 5 wood? Like, that's impossible. No, I had to fix up the town looking for 20, or the village, 20 wood a piece. It can't be that easy. And it actually was that easy also. What is up there? Like, that's so funny to me, though. Hey, you're a keeper. Are you the keeper that I'm looking for?
Hey,
Hey.
you're heading to the village, right?
Yeah,
Tiernan should let you in.
he already did.
Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him.
Okay. Yeah, what? Yeah, I'll take it.
I can't promise that talking to him will be any fun. Come to me afterwards.
Okay. Sure. Are keepers allowed to have wives and children?
Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? He got me before he joined the Horns. Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid son of a bitch. If only I knew what it would entail.
Fair.
Keep your head down.
My head down, please. Oh no, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Hey, you. Okay, so down we go. God, I should have really and truly, not come when it was this dark. You're, oh, here.
Bloody hell, look at this. The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly.
I fixed up some of this
I'm
town.
telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Oh, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here.
Okay.
And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders?
No, but he sent me.
I bloody knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace. At least when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want?
He asked me to bring your medicine.
They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time. Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my ass. So there.
Okay. But you don't, maybe you should do something about it.
Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me. So there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time.
Okay. He just cares about you. He doesn't have a pass. I think he cares. Okay, he wanted to see you, but he doesn't have a pass. I think he cares.
Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job.
Dear God. I gotta go. Is he your caregiver?
You sure have a lot of questions. Grab me a drink first, then we'll see.
Okay, here you go. Wine.
So, what was your question?
Is Finley your caregiver?
Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit.
Okay. So I gotta go. Did you take your medicine? I think he took his medicine. God, I hope he took his medicine. I don't want to be responsible for him dying or something. Okay. Now, right. Alyssa, we know she's there. Where's Elaine? Right? No.
Did you hear about the captain's lockdown? Looks like
Those
the
are
lads aren't too
retired
happy about
keepers.
it.
Who are you? Elaine.
Hello, child.
Hi.
You look competent enough.
I've been looking for
I
you.
can see that you're not of noble blood.
No.
Oh, no need to tell me that. I have tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
All of the above? Who are you? What is this about?
You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
It's great to meet... Oh, Farshire?
By the All-Mother. Don't tell me you don't know what Farshire is. The largest duchy in the middle of the island, with the wise Lady Kincaid in power, who has a hold over the entire territory. Nothing? Oh, really?
Sorry. A woman on the... I can't remember.
Farshire is one of the first duchies on Avalon. It is a beautiful land with lush fields, forests rich in game, and most importantly, the Wordstone mines in the west, the primary source of our wealth. Well, at least that's how I remember it. Now it's a mere shadow of its former glory.
What happened to it?
Oh, it's a rare and coveted material, necessary to create the sturdiest steel in the world. As you can imagine, dear, it used to be Farshire's greatest treasure, until the primordial fog took our minds.
And a woman on the throne, that's interesting.
I know, child. I know. Everyone was surprised. Camelot turned up their noses at this for years. But after Lord Kincaid died, and Aidan, Lady Kincaid's son, disappeared, the nobles of Farshire decided she could stay on the throne. Even if Aidan had been alive, she would still be ruling as a regent until he came of age. But between you and me, he wasn't a very bright boy.
Oh.
So she would have been ruling until her death anyway. Oh, we're lucky to have her. Difficult times require determined leaders.
Difficult times?
Worse than ever. Oh, the wordness is thickening, and the roads are getting dangerous and unpredictable. That's why I'm here, wandering Avalon looking for solutions. If I don't do this, who will,
You want to fight the weirdness? How?
You're probably wondering what a feeble old lady who can't even lift a sword could possibly accomplish. But King Arthur didn't conquer Avalon just because he couldn't swing a blade. No, he had knowledge, and enough wisdom to know how to use it. Lady Kincaid wasn't happy when she found out about this idea. But all mother's mercy, I am her tutor. She cannot dictate what I do, no matter her standing.
Is there nobody to help?
Oh, do you mean a family? Oh, I've never had time for such trifles. No suitor was ever more interesting than a good book, nor did any of them smell better either.
Oh no.
And I've raised enough of other people's children to never wish for my own.
Fair enough. I can help you.
Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
Yes, I am very... This child needs to know details first. I love that option. This child needs to know details.
I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object, a figure most likely, which has the ability to dispel the wordness like a menhir can. Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area.
Okay.
However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't freeze their butts off in those chilly waters.
Oh, tell me about the book.
The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. Deal?
Deal. Could you hand me the book, my lady?
And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, chop, chop. Get to reading.
Okay. Let's read it.